Happy Monday, Northern California, Hawaii region. Keller Williams. My name is Zach Younger, and you are now attending Take Command of Your Business on the third Monday and the first Wednesday of every month. I host this class for all of you. And the purpose of this class or this course is for me to spend time with you on new releases that happened recently inside of Command. For example, about 2 weeks ago, a new feature released inside of Designs, the quarterly magazine. We have these branded quarterly magazines that come out on every 90 days inside of Designs that'll help you be marketing-based, prospecting enhanced as recommended in the Millionaire Real Estate Agent. Today, we're going to show you exactly how to access your personally branded magazine. It's got your name, your picture all over it. And there are multiple different articles that are pre-written by our marketing division. And these magazines are a really great touch for your sphere of influence, past clients, present clients, and fun stuff like that. To access your quarterly magazine, you go to Designs. Now, I'm going to take you through Designs, and I'm just going to explore the magazine with you a little bit and give you some big new tips with it. Now, that magazine is under print marketing. So when you go to Designs, at the top right, you're going to choose Create Design, and you're going to pick Print. When I hit Continue, it's then going to bring me into the template library of all of our different print designs. As this loads up, on the left-hand side, we have each of the different categories. Let me just zoom out just a little bit, each of the different categories. The personally branded magazine, also known as personally branded zine, is under the category of lead generation. When you click personally branded zine, you're going to see Home for the Holidays. This is the Q4 magazine or Q4 magazine that's here inside the template library. You're also going to see the Q3 magazine, Q2 magazine, and Q1 magazine. Those of you that have taken a class with me in Designs before, I actually recommend that you take some time and edit each of these, because you might find that there's content inside of each of these magazines that you could reuse over and over again in the future. What I don't know is how long these templates will be available inside the template library. But if you download and use it and edit it, it'll live inside your library and you'll be able to access them later. So this particular personally branded zine is a little bit different than the previous ones for those of you that might have done the personally branded zines before. I'm going to go ahead and hit Use for Home for the Holidays. The big difference with this new branded zine is you actually have 3 choices of cover pages. You'll see on the right-hand side, you've got a 20-page document here for this magazine. And I'm going to click on pages, and I can now see each of the different pages. I have the first one, a little bit cartoony with the one thing on the front cover. Next one, very Christmas-oriented with a snow globe. And then we've got one that's a little more Thanksgiving themed or autumn themed. I'm a big fan of the third one. However, you get to choose which of these you want to use. You can also replace any of these images with any of the stock images inside of our asset library. To do that, you can go to Images, you can go to the workspace, and you could say Lifestyle Activities. And let's just say that you wanted to use this picture on this magazine. Ultimately, you're in control. I really like that one. So what I'm going to do and what you're going to do if you decide to use this personally branded magazine is you're going to delete the other 2 covers that you're not going to use. To do that, on the right-hand side, I'm just going to scroll over the 2 I don't want. And I'm going to hit the 3 little, what we call an ellipses menu or the meatballs menu, and I'm going to delete that page, because I am going to use the 3rd page, so I'm going to delete the first 2. Now I've got my cover, and it's all good. I'm going to click on my name up here and office name. There's a couple ways to edit this. Remember, you wanted this to be a personally branded magazine, so you're going to add your branding to it. So you can double click and you can make any edits inside of this font box. However, I like using this typewriter option right up here. So when you click on a text box, you're just going to hit typewriter, Oops, I accidentally moved it. There we go. I'm going to choose the text box and I'm going to hit typewriter. I'm going to go ahead and brand it to me. Obviously, you're going to use your name and then your office name or team name. You're going to want to switch out the logo. So when you click on the logo, you're going to choose replace with any of the logos that you want to use. So I'm going to use that regional logo, but I want to actually add another logo. So I'm going to use the regional crest and I'm going to put that right there. Again, you're in complete control of this branding, whatever you want this to look like. Here's the great news. There are 3 articles pre-written inside the system, and there's a couple other pages for you to customize to tell your story. I'm done with the front cover. Now I'm going to go to page 2. This is you can call it a letter from the heart. This is your opportunity to write a letter for your current and future clients. Here's the cool part. The letter is already written. So all you have to do is change out the image. I'm going to go to my assets. There's my headshot. I'm going to use that one. I'm going to zoom in and crop that a little bit closer. Perfect. I'm also going to switch out this logo with the regional logo. Switch out that logo with my logo. That one's being finicky, so I'm just going to go ahead and delete that and pull that down. Naturally, I want to edit this, make sure that my name is on here. I'm going to read through this and make sure that this article or this letter sounds like something I would say. You will notice there's a spot to insert the photo logo of a signature or company logo. I'm going to remove those. I'm going to hit save. And then I'm going to throw my signature logo down there at the bottom as well. Looks a little more personal. Because my logo is going down there, I'm choosing to remove it from there. And I'm just going to move that up a little bit. Ooh, I think that looks really great. Now I can make any other changes that I want here. Obviously, I got a spot here where it says a note from me.
No معلش معلش بس أنا على training إيه
Anil, is that a question for me? I'm sorry. I'm going to go ahead and mute Paul. I'm not sure if that was a question. If you do have a question, you can raise your hand or unmute yourself, and I'd be happy to answer those questions as well. Now, page 3 of the magazine is designed for you to give a quarterly snapshot, or what's the market done in the last quarter. And the idea here is you get a spot where you can do a neighborhood snapshot and then also a company snapshot. What I'm a big fan of is doing maybe your farm area snapshot, so your primary market area, and then maybe an entire city or an entire zip code. And all you have to do is go and grab any data, like number of homes sold for each area, average sales price, and average days on market. You can find this inside of a lot of different places. Your local MLS is probably the best place to get any of those information. And to make any of those edits, you just click on the box, hit the typewriter, and then insert the updated information. Page 4 is where your first article lives. Some tips on weatherizing your home. Here's what I love about this. Our marketing team has put together these articles already. You might choose to use these articles in a blog or maybe post them on social media. But you'll see that here are 2 ideas to winterize your home. 2 more ideas to winterize your home. So you got 4 total ideas there. You don't have to make any edits here except in this box. There's a spot for you to say I or we. If you're a team, you use the word we. I am an individual solo agent. So I want to use the correct grammar for that. And then I get to put in my email. That's all there is to it. Now, the next page is designed for you to highlight one of your featured listings. If you don't have a featured listing, if you ask an agent that has a listing in your farm area, I'm sure they'd be thrilled for you to feature their listing in your magazine. Or you could always remove this page if you didn't want to feature a listing. So I'm going to go ahead and just delete this page. But if I did want to feature that listing, or I wanted to bring it back, I could always bring it back and add that page back in. But I'm going to keep going down. Then we've got 10 ways to keep holiday stress at bay. Here's 5, and then the remaining 10. The next page is designed for you as a bio piece. You may feel that this is too much marketing. I would argue that that's a good set of marketing. But it's up to you whether or not you want to actually add this in your branded magazine. I'm going to remove it. And page 9 here that you see on the screen is designed for you to go ahead and put in any testimonials that you've received from your clients. If your clients are weird about giving you a picture for their testimonial, you could always replace that with a picture of yourself, or you could go in and grab a picture of the property of the house that they bought. That's a really great example. You can also come over to the images and grab any of those activity shots that you wanted. Nobody knows who each other's names are. And so if you use a stock image of people and they're having a conversation walking down the beach, that could be a really good example. But here's an example. Let's just say that this person bought that house. You can see what that looks like in this house. I think that's a really great way, letting the houses tell the story with the testimonials and the success stories. That leads us to our final of 3 articles. And then another opportunity to market some other listings. Super simple to switch out these listings. For instance, if you wanted to put in maybe 6 listings from your farm, you just go to KWLS and you can search for that listing. I'm going to search for the address and pull up a listing. Let's see what we got here. Let's just say it's this one. I'm going to select this listing. There's the property photo right out of the MLS. So I can grab that photo, drag it, drop it. Then I'm going to go to the listing details and I'm going to replace the address. Pull that out a little bit. Yeah, I don't need that to say the city. So I'm going to hit the typewriter and just do the house number. And then, of course, change any additional information like the price, bedrooms, bathrooms, price per square footage of the home, any changes that you want to make. Again, if this feels like you're editing too much and you're doing too much marketing in the magazine, you can always remove this page. It does finish off the magazine with a really great question. Ask the agent. I highly recommend leaving this one in there. Go ahead and put your headshot in and then read the question. What home improvements can boost my property value without burning a hole in my wallet? Then you get to go in and put a thoughtful answer in here. Make sure that you answer this. Do not leave it blank. It's gibberish. So you're going to want to make sure to answer this in a thoughtful way. Finally, you've got your back page. Both of them are a way for you to promote your mobile app. If you're going to print this magazine, it might make more sense to use the second back page because it's just recommending that they go into the App Store. If you're going to email this magazine, you might put a link in the email to the mobile app, and then you could actually put your link right onto this back page. It's completely up to you. I wouldn't recommend using both of these because they're a little bit redundant. It's kind of like that front page and how you could use that. So I'm just going to remove the page that I want to remove. And there we go. Now I have 15 pages of a personally branded magazine. Now, if I'm going to print this magazine, I'm going to take it to FedEx Kinko's or Staples or your favorite print house around the corner from you, maybe Office Max. You're going to take this high quality PDF and you're going to download it for PDF for printing, and you're going to select all pages. Now, if your printer asks you to give them a CMYK file, and they also want bleed, and they give you a bleed marks, don't worry. For those of you that don't know what that means, the printer is going to tell you whether or not you need this. And then you can hit download. Now you can take this file down to FedEx Kinko's and they'll print it. Quick little tip though. If you're going to print this magazine in high quality paper, make sure you have even numbers of pages. With an odd number of pages, you'll end up with a blank page at the end. I have 15 here, so I'm going to go ahead and just remove one of those pages that didn't have the branding that I was looking for. There we go. I'm now at 14 pages. Download this file, and I can now have it printed, and I can leave it behind at every listing appointment I go to and any other activities that I want to. This is a great thing to have on your coffee table at your house when guests come over to read your magazine and different things like that. You may even choose to put one in your office when you're meeting with clients. Last little tip, and then I'm going to stop talking and we'll give you the opportunity to go in and play around with it and ask any questions that you have. But your final tip is a lot of people really like having a digital magazine and they want to be able to send it to their clients, whether it's through social media or via email, without having to print it. Well, inside Designs, we actually have that ability. We can hit share, and when you choose share, instead of this design, you're going to share the entire project. When you share the project, it's going to give you a link. Make sure that anyone can see it. Otherwise, it could be password protected, but that's the default. I now have this link. Watch what happens when I go to this link. It's now going to open up a digital magazine branded to me with all the edits that I had. And my clients could click on this in social media or open it in an email signature and be able to find massive value while being branded to me. There are companies out there that will charge you $10 a month just to make these digital magazines. You don't have to do that. It's all 100% free by just going to share this project and then copy that link, and you can use it anywhere you'd like. Okay, now it's time for me to stop talking. I want you guys to open up Command, go into Designs, create a new design, choose Print, and then go to Lead Generation, Personally Branded Zine. I'm going to take you through that again. So I'm going to hit Done. And you're going to go to Designs, Create Design, Print, Continue. On the left-hand side, you're going to choose Lead Generation. And then after you choose Lead Generation, you're going to choose Personally Branded Zine. And I recommend using the newest one, which is Home for the Holidays. You can go in, open up the pages on the right-hand side, and make any edits to each of the different pages. Remember, remove 2 of those covers that you're not going to use and 1 of the back covers that you're not going to use, and do any editing that you need to. One last little tip before I open this up for general questions and Q&A is When you're done, before you go and share this, I recommend downloading it as a PDF and printing it. I've found for myself, when I have a printed PDF in front of me, I see things that I don't see on a computer screen. And you might just find a spot that you should have edited that you missed when you were on your computer screen. So print it. You can print it in black and white, the 15 pages, and then you've got it. Now, if you're anything like me, I'm awful at editing my own work or checking my own work. So I hand it over to my wife because she's impeccable at catching all the mistakes that I make in a really good way. And so I'll print it off and hand it to her and ask her for her opinion on it. And she'll always find something that I missed. I'm going to stop sharing my screen. And this is your opportunity now to go in, customize your magazine, and ask any questions that you have. I'll play a little music.